Okay, so here's how your scarf should look like after you've knitted 29 rows. So now what we're going to do is bind off. But first thing we need to do is take the stitch marker out because you don't want to knit your stitch marker, bind off your stitch marker in your binding off. So what we're going to do first is let me move this out of the way so I don't knock the camera over. And is we are going to knit one stitch, put this left needle, which is this needle, into this stitch right here, and then we pull it over the second stitch. And then we're just going to keep doing that until and then we're going to knit another stitch, like right now. I meant to say we're going to knit another stitch, sorry, like this. And what we do is we take the needle, and then we put it through this stitch right here, and then we take it off like that. So you're just going to keep doing that until you have one stitch left. So I'm just going to keep doing this until it gets to 12 minutes just so you guys don't get really bored. Or because I know sometimes my knitting tutorials take a long time and I really don't want anybody to get bored. And be sure to move the stitches up because you don't want to stretch your knitting because your stitches will look really big. Been there, done that, don't want to go back. And be sure to pull, here watch, be sure to pull, if you pull the fabric a little bit, because sometimes the stitch like this, when you bind it off, well actually when you bind off to this stitch, you gotta, it makes your stitches go up a little bit more and it looks weird, so just make sure you pull the knitting, but don't pull it too hard because you don't want to rip it. Now watch. Knit the next stitch, pull this stitch before it over this stitch, and then if you see, like, I don't know if you can see that there's like a little line right here, just pull it like that. You gotta pull it because you don't want it to look weird. Okay, so the reason I'm pulling is because sometimes you'll notice that your bind off doesn't look tight like this. You gotta pull it a little bit more, because I think the pulling keeps it from getting too tight, keeps it from getting too loose, or making it look weird. Sorry. Okay, so it's now 12 minutes, so I'm going to stop the video here so it doesn't get too long. So basically, you're just going to keep knitting, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to keep binding off each stitch until you get to the last stitch. And you're going to bind off by knitting one stitch, because you already have this stitch, and then after you knit that stitch, you pull this stitch over this stitch. So I hope you guys are liking this tutorial. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next part.